Because the book of Haggai is very short. If you guys want to read about him and his works and his teachings, you can look into the book of Haggai. His message was clear-cut. He simply just told the people to reorder their priorities. Haggai ministered to the people, the Jews, during the time when they just came back from Babylon. They were exiled to Babylon, and they weren't able to come back and live in the promised land for a long time. And so during Haggai's time, this is when they actually were able to come back to Babylon and live there. And Canaan, like the promised land, is what we call the city of God. During that time, people, when they came back to the promised land, they were very busy building their lives again because, they were gone for a long time. And so they spent so much of their time and so much of their resources building their houses, building their lives, gathering stuff for their family. And then this is when Haggai stepped in and said, are you gonna be spending your time busying yourselves with building your lives, building your houses, while the temple of God is in ruin? And also, St. Augustine, the 5th century church father, he said that every human is a citizen of one of two cities, the city of God or the city of man. Either we obey God and live in this world as pilgrims, seeking satisfaction in God's kingdom, or we defy God and live in this world as homebodies seeking satisfaction in our earthly domains. There are only these two choices, so we need to choose which one we want to live in, the city of God or the city of man. And in Haggai, we can know already that the people's hearts remained in Babylon when they came back to the promised land. Their true citizenship was evident in the simple fact that they busied themselves building their own houses while God's temple lay in ruin, even though they know that the temple was the unique symbol of God's abiding presence with them. Most of them said that the time has not yet come for the Lord's house to be built. They were busy, they had so much to do. And their lack of motivation revealed their indifference to God, while the energy and resources they spent on their own house demonstrated what they really cared about, which is themselves. Are we like the Jews during Haggai's time? Members of Baiya, are we just like, them, trying to busy ourselves, building our lives, accumulating wealth for ourselves, while our church, the temple of God, is in ruin? Today, God's people are his dwelling place, and so keeping God's house in good repair is a continual task that requires a great deal of our time, our energy, and our resources, and that includes our talents, every one of us, and our resources or money. In the most general sense, God calls us to build up his house by considering his work and other people more significant than more significant than ourselves, and prioritizing their needs over our own. The church is used by God to spread his gospel to the unbelievers. The church is used by God to help the poor and the needy. How can the church function if it doesn't have resources? If God truly has replaced the temple in Jerusalem by inhabiting the hearts of his people, how can we busy ourselves with our own house while God's house is in need? So remember this, brothers and sisters, indifference towards the needs of the church is no different from indifference toward Jesus himself. And so this is why we stress out so many times the importance of giving. It is a reflection of the life-changing work that Christ is doing in our lives. Because wherever our treasure is, that is where our hearts will be. God's kingdom is built on multiplication, and this is one of the reasons why it is good to give to our local church. Because he uses this giving, our giving, as an investment where everyone involved gets a return on that investment, which is his blessings. Sometimes we think, like our limited minds think that, I get to buy all these things because I work so hard. A long time ago, when David, Michael, Junior, and Luell play basketball at Clay Road, there's this guy there who comes every time, and he has new cars. Well, not new, but he has lots of cars. He said he pays his tithes. We may think it's very cheesy that, every answer to the question that is asked of us about how come we get to do this, how come we get to this, and we just say we pay our tithes. But that is very true. God's blessings come in very different ways. Good work, good relationship, our health, our strength. If we follow what the Lord is saying for us to do, his blessings will pour down on us, and we'll be able to do a whole lot more. So let's focus our priorities. Spend on things that have eternal value and not on things that will rot away. So if we truly believe that God is the Lord of our lives and that he is doing miraculous things in our lives, show it.